We made it to the UFC 298 main event of the evening. Alexander the Great Volkanovski versus Ilia the Matador Topuria. Is that his actual nickname? I might have just made that up. But yeah, Alex, who has been by far one of the most, if not the most dominant champion of the UFC in the past 3-4 years, other than Izzy, really. And then before him, I think really dominant champion was also Kamaru Usman. But both those reigns have ended. Meanwhile, Alexander is still the reigning champion of the featherweights. So, obviously, had a couple of tough goes at lightweight. He tried to go up and fought Islam twice. The first time it was a very close fight. A lot of people, including myself, thought he won. 100% he won that fight. 100%. You cannot change my mind about that, right? Just how you cannot change my mind that Max Holloway won the second fight against Alex, right? So if that would have played out, if Max would have got that dub, we would have a complete different conversation right now. But I'm 100% sure that fucking Alex won that fight, right? Now, the rematch, he got knocked the fuck out. So there's nothing you can argue there. But even though, man, he had those 2 losses at lightweight, he is still the featherweight GOAT. And we saw that on his last fight against Yair Rodriguez. I mean, it wasn't even a close fight, bro. And I thought Yair had an actual shot. Yair has amazing leg kicks, amazing striking, super explosive, fast. Guy's amazing. And Volk made him look like an amateur, bro. And that's what he does to these guys. He's fought the who's who. He's fought Max Holloway. He made it look amateur in the last fight, the third one. He fought Brian Ortega. He fucking just plowed his face, even though he almost got caught with the submission, which was amazing, by the way. One of the best moments of UFC that year. What year was that? Was that 22, 21? I don't know, but it was a great fucking fight. And, you know, he's fought the who's, bro. He's been there, he's been there. And he has defended his title a bunch. And I think it's a little bit disrespectful that we are doubting him now against Ilia Topuria. Mind you, Ilia is a fucking savage, bro. We'll talk about him here in a second. But, I mean, just looking at Volk's record, he is 35. And he has the 2 losses against Islam Makhachev. But other than that, the guy is completely undefeated, right? He did lose once a long time ago in 2013, and it wasn't even in the UFC. It was the AFC Australian Fighting Championship. And he got TKO'd. But after that, my man has been completely undefeated, right? Became champion of that organization, the AFC. And then right after moved to the UFC and has been completely undefeated, right? Until, he won the belt against Max, then defeated against Brian, and then the Korean Zombie, and then Holloway, and then Yair. So those are his title defenses. My man's been active. He's for sure been one of the most active guys in the last couple of years. Again, right up there with Izzy. Izzy was the most active champion, and Alex was right there below him, you know what I mean? So, the Aussie mentality. And another great thing about Alex is that it seems that he really does have the capability of going up and down whenever he wants, right? He can fight a lightweight whenever he wants, and he seems to have no issue making weight at featherweight, 145. So it's a great opportunity where he said it himself. Look, I can keep both divisions busy. And my man, I was talking about this before the Islam fight, right? If he would have won that fight, Alex is without a doubt a GOAT, right? Not the GOAT, because that's John Jones still, but is a GOAT, right? And in my regards, he's higher than Khabib, He's higher than a lot of other guys, you know what I'm saying? And I think he put him number 2. If he wins that fight, if he wins the first Islam fight, right? Or if he wins the rematch, honestly, either one of those two. Because that's right there. It's a double champ. You can't deny that, right? That's already a fire status. But then the fact that he's still kind of young, he still can do this for another 5, 6 years, still compete with these younger guys, and keep both divisions busy, which no champion has ever done. No champion has ever won the belts or won the second belt and then defended both back and forth. That's never been done, right? So if Alex could have done that, that skyrockets him, right? And I think he's still the pound for pound. Is that true? No, Islam changed to number 1. Okay, so Islam changed to number 1, obviously, after he defeated him twice. But even after he lost the first fight against Islam, he was still ranked higher than him, right? Because, again, it was a very close decision fight, and those are tough to call sometimes. And yes, I will say, it's a little outlandish to throw there, but I will say he did get robbed, bro. It's 100% a robbery, bro. 100% it's a robbery. Like, there's no way Alex did not win that fight, bro. So, it is what it is. So, without a doubt, his toughest fight before that was the second Max Holloway. Other than that, my man's been tearing up absolutely everyone, right? So now, enter Ilia, the Matador Topuria, right? Undefeated as well. Young savage from España. From España. By the way, one thing about fighters is I love when there's a fighter with a good accent, right? So I love I love the McGregors, with their accent and what they say. Ian Gary has a great accent. People like that. Paddy Pimblett, fucking amazing accent from England. And now you have Ilia Topuria, who is Español, tío. So I just love hearing a good accent, bro. I'm a sucker for accents. But looking at his record, the guy's also undefeated. Defeated someone that I thought at least was going to be up next, which was Bryce Mitchell. I legit thought Bryce Mitchell was the next guy at featherweight. He was going to be next champion or the next top contender. Unfortunately, he lost against Ilia Topuria. And then you have Josh Emmett, who's also not a fucking punk. Josh Emmett, though, he was coming off of a loss against Yair. I think it was after, right? I think after... I think he lost to Yair first, and then he lost to Topuria, right? And he's got no punks under his belt, man. He's got a bunch of KOs. Wow. Hold on. This is the first time I've seen this. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 submissions wins back to back. Back to back to back to back to back, bro. And this is before the UFC. Holy shit, I just noticed that. From 2015, from 2019, he fought 7 times, and he had a 100% submission rate. Think about that, right? Think about that. For 4 years in a row, this dude had a 100% submission rate. That is insane, bro. That is insane. But then he gets to the UFC, and he turns it up. He has 3 KOs in a row, bro. Okay, all right, now we're talking. Now we're cooking, all right? Now we're cooking. 2 submissions in the UFC, 3 KOs, and 1 unanimous decision, which was against Josh Emmett. So the guy is a finisher, bro. Okay, the fact that out of his record, he only has 2 decisions, that is scary, okay? That is dangerous, okay? I would not want to be Alex right now. I'm not saying Alex cannot get it done. I'll call it here in a second, but this is a tough dude, bro. This is a tough fucking dude, bro. Like, this record is pristine, dude. It is pristine. You have like a 90-something% finish rate. That is absolutely bananas, bro. Bananas. And in the UFC, he KO'd Ryan Hall. He submitted Bryce Mitchell. He KO'd Jai Herbert, which unfortunately I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. Damon Jackson. So the guy has got a good run. Now, this is interesting. He's got 6 fights and he's already fighting for the belt. So kinda guys got skyrocketed and he's young too. He's 27. So he kinda got skyrocketed a little bit, right? Because 6 fights is it's a record. 6 fights is a good record. But it's not 3 like Alex Pereira, right? But it's also not fucking 12 or 20 like Bilal Muhammad or something like that. So, so the guy is there though. Look, what matters is that he's there. He's at the top right now. The guy's still young, and he already made it to the top of the division, already fighting for the belt. The question here, again, it kind of goes back to my point from earlier. The question here is that Volk 100% has the skill set to win this fight, right? 100% without a doubt. It's also a mindset thing, right? Will he be emotional? Will he be nervous? Will he be a little bit hesitant because he's coming off of a KO loss? That is the only knock we have on Volk. That is the only thing. If Volk wasn't knocked out his previous fight, I call this a 100% domination by Volk. However, that's not the case, right? We're here. Dude got knocked out, and he's here fighting, right? So that is the only factor that comes into the question that I say, okay, maybe Volk doesn't have this. Maybe Volk doesn't have this in the bag as much as we think, or as much as he's had previous fights, right? Because let's be honest, previous fights he's had completely under the bag. I mean, even the Yair Rodriguez fight, I'm like, yeah, Yair is good, bro, but just Volk looks unstoppable. The Brian Ortega fight, he looked unstoppable. You know, the Korean Zombie fight, he looked unstoppable. All the fights he's had, he's looked unstoppable before the fight, and then each fight he keeps getting better. And then we say, how the fuck is this dude getting better? Will he get even better for the next fight? There's no way. And then he does, right? So we say, how the fuck is this dude getting so much better each fight? And then the next fight he gets even better, right? So it's insane. Even the first fight against Islam, bro. No 55-pounder has done that to Islam. Yes, he lost the fight, right? Volk lost the fight or whatever. But no one in the 55-pound division has gotten that close to defeating Islam. Absolutely nobody. So the fact that he did that to a 55er, and now he has to go back down and still fight at 45, right? That should be scary for the 45ers, okay? That should be absolutely terrifying for the 45ers. If you say, oh shit, hold on, I'm fighting Volk. Hold on. Did he literally almost beat Islam, who was a weight class above? And I myself, I'm not a big 45er. Ilia, though, seems pretty bulky. So Ilia might be I don't know how tall he is. Hey, his nickname is Islam Matador. I didn't make that up. That's great. He's 5'7". He's not tall. Neither is Volk, but that just tells me he's not a big 45er, right? But he is a little bulky, so you know he's a little stocky, so that's good. But man, I just don't see how a lot of 45ers defeat Volk. So part of me wants to say Volk is gonna win 100%, right? Like I said, the only caveat, the only thing stopping me from making that 100% sure, locked in decision is the fact that Volk got knocked out, bro. And the fact that Ilia is such an amazing finisher. He can finish fights. That's his specialty. Finish fights. That's what he does, bro. Fuck, dude. I don't know. What are the odds? What are the odds? Ilias, of course, the slight underdog. Slightly, though. Slight underdog. So I might give it to Volk. I don't think Volk is going to finish Ilia. That being said, I don't think Ilia is going to finish Volk either. So I think this one definitely goes to decision. And see, that's tough because now almost every fight I've called, it's been decision, right? So that is a recipe for a kind of boring fight card, right? Fight night, whatever. But it's not. Again, if you're not a casual, if you're a technical fan, you appreciate the decision wins too because they take a lot of effort to fight for longer, and they take more skill, right? Because the longer you fight, the longer you have a chance to get knocked the fuck out too. So it's both. It's skill. I don't think 5 round fights are boring, bro. There's nothing like a championship fight. Both guys have a couple of rounds under their belt, and now we have round 4 and round 5. There's nothing like that. There's quite nothing like that. Which made me think of kind of like what happened in the Super Bowl too. I'm not a huge NFL fan. I do follow the Chiefs pretty regularly. I watch every single of their games, but only that. I don't watch other teams. I don't watch. I don't keep track of stats for dudes. But dude, Super Bowl, fucking overtime, 2 minutes left. 3 points down, or like 3 points down, bro. That is insane energy, bro. That is insane energy. Any sport, when it comes down to that moment, the pinnacle of, especially NFL, because it's the season, right? If UFC had almost like a season like that, it will be awesome. But the whole season, the whole year, everything just comes down to those 2 minutes, bro. To this the last play of the fucking night. If Mahomes doesn't hit that touchdown, bro, what happens, right? That's it. You have to do it. So if you translate that to MMA, which in my opinion, it's almost the same feeling that I get. I personally get, right? Championship fight, right? 2 undefeated guys. You know what I'm saying? Both have a couple rounds under their belt. Maybe Volk wins 1 or 2, and maybe Ilia wins 2 and 3, or whatever. And now you're into 4 and 5. And it's just nothing like it. It's the energy is amazing. So this one is also a recipe for a good fight because Ilia is hungry, and that's without a doubt. That's, I think, no question. Ilia is motherfucking hungry, and he wants it, right? The question is Volk gonna be as hungry as he's been before? Is he finally slowing down? Is he still gonna keep getting better with each fight the way he's been doing it for the past 5 years? Or is the time over? Is his reign over, right? A smart man once said, never bet against Alexander Volkanovski. And that smart man was me. I just said that. So I'm calling it right now. I'm saying Alexander Volkanovski either by decision, or I want to say something crazy like a round 3 TKO. Like, Ilia is so hard to finish. I don't think he's ever been finished, really. But Volk is that dude, bro. Volk is that dude, and all it takes is one crack. All it takes is one fucking crack, dude. And Volk is that kind of guy that round 1, he kind of studies you and he learns you. But then rounds 3, 4, 5, he's going to be on top of you, mauling you, right? We saw it in the Islam fight. Round 5, he won that round. And not only that, but he took down Islam and he was pounding him. He was landing some nice ground and pound, right? He did that against Islam, bro, at 55. What makes you think he's not going to do that to any other 45er, right? So the thing about Ilia too is that we just don't know where his resilience is. We haven't seen him being challenged, and we haven't seen him go through tough waters and go through tough times, right? We haven't seen that either. We know Volk is going to 100% put you in those tough waters. So we don't know if he has the skill set and the experience and the mentality to stay calm and to not drown. So yeah, there you have it. That is my prediction for the whole UFC card 298. And let me know how you like it, the way I broke it down into different videos. Because usually I would do one long video that was like 40 minutes long to an hour. It was really like a long podcast, really, if you want to think about it. Solo dolo podcast. But I was like, you know what? I need more content. So let me break it down and upload throughout the week, right? That way, I have more videos being uploaded and whatnot. So let me know how you like this recipe, because I'm a fan. I personally am a fan of the longer podcasts, right? So if I could, I would come here and yap for an hour or two. But Sometimes it's tough doing a solo as well. So let me know if you like this format a little bit. If not, I'll change it up. I'll play with it. But so far, this is what we got, right? I got what, 4 fights that I reviewed for this card. Each is an individual video. Each is an individual upload. So yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, if you agree with what I'm saying, if you think I'm just absolutely fucking crazy for what I'm saying, if you think I'm just dead as wrong, please let me know down in the comments. And thank you guys. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Peace.